All right, folks, you're live with Lonzo. We are back. We're on a political roll, folks. We are about to enter. I'm about to interview another candidate for the 4th District of the City of Compton, Mr. Terrance Cumby. He'll be on the show in just a minute, folks. I'll be posting all these shows on the Compton Entertainment channel. They'll also be on my Facebook page and also probably on the candidates page as well. I just sent Terrance a link. I'll wait for him to be here. And don't forget, y'all, March 5th, Tuesday, is election day. I mean, it's a voting day. Find your voting place and cast your vote for whoever you want to be. I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. That ain't my job. My job is that you see, let you hear from who the candidates are. I have 3 candidates confirmed. Tomorrow I'll be interviewing Joel, or he allows me to call him Joel Estrada. And also tomorrow morning, I'll be interviewing Jennifer Williams. She's running for, she'll be running for the Steve Bradford seat for the state Senate. So it's going to be an interesting day for the next couple of days. Let me get Terrance the proper link again here, folks, because it don't seem like he's able to find it. Let me see here. 09. So yeah, folks. This one is probably, man, it ain't really a big deal, but sometimes I like to start on time. We have to sometimes make it happen, folks. It is what it is. But bear with me. We'll be right. He'll be right here with you in just a second. And here we go. But yeah. Please don't let no one talk you out of the power of your vote. If the vote was not as powerful as it is, nobody would have tried to steal it from you. They wouldn't tell you it wasn't powerful. And be leery of anybody that tells you your vote don't matter. Okay, your city council, your city, county, all those votes are counted 1-to-1. And people tend to make a mistake sometimes. Assume that because the Electoral College determines the presidential election, it may have an impact or something like that may be in effect when it comes to city council, city and county votes and state votes. Not happening, folks. It's a 1-to-1. Every vote counts. For every vote you don't count, that means they get 2. Trust me. For every vote you don't count, that means they get 2. So cast your vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for. That's not my responsibility. Vote for your conscience. Vote for who you feel will serve the city of Compton best, who will serve the state of California best. That's not my job to tell you who to vote for. I can't vote in the city of Compton, but I damn sure can vote for the state, folks. Now I will cast my vote. There he is. He just popped in. And Terrance Cumby is going to join the show right now. But again, folks, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. I'm giving you a chance to talk to him. Mr. Cumby.
How you doing, Mr. Lonzo?
I'm doing fantastic. Glad to see you made it. Everything is good. Looking good.
I was having a little technical difficulties.
Okay, well, we had those from time to time. We all right. How you feeling today?
Just came in from walking the 4th District.
I won't keep you long. You got to go back out there. You may have to go back out there. I won't keep you long. But I just want to take time to do a one-on-one. We talked at the candidates forum briefly on Saturday. I want to talk to as many candidates as I can one-on-one and share this with the folks of Compton so they can get a chance to talk to people, see people one-on-one personally, what they would like to see happen in Compton, some of the problems they see, and some of the qualifications that the various candidates may have. What are your qualifications for being a city councilman in the 4th District of Compton?
Well, sometimes they just say all you do be is born and raised here, which I got that covered. But for the most part, I've been in construction for 4 decades. Attended Compton Community College, where I received my degree and associate's degree from there. Been an instrument in the community for a long time, which has been a part of the gang intervention program here, which was Compton Empowered. It started in 2015. I'm having a little trouble because my throat's a little sore.
I understand. Take your time.
So with that, I'm a father. I'm a brother, I'm an uncle, I'm a true son of Compton. And with that, my passion comes with all of the things that I've been coaching, all of the things that I've been doing in the community, feeding people, giving out food. It's just my attention to service and really loving my city and know what we need. I was here in 1968 was when I was born, and I've seen Compton in its greater days, and I've seen the situation that Compton has come to what it is now, which is unfortunate because we just need good leadership. And with that, I can bring that type of leadership to Compton with my visions that I have. And one of the greatest things that we can do as a community is come out and vote and stop letting people come here and misrepresent themselves and become candidates and become city council members who just only have their own best interests at heart. And that's the reason why we have the demise that we have in our city, because it just seems that if you really cared and if you really were qualified and did the things that were necessary, our city would not be in the shape that it is in today. So with that, I have my jobs program, which would include 50 residents of Compton that will be hired by the company to come in here and help repair our streets. Our streets are decades behind and what we need to do to fix them. So we have to not allow the companies to come in here and use Compton as a piggy bank, but as an opportunity to build a bridge between us and that company so they can train the 50 people that live here in the community so they can service our streets and become city employees, which long-term employment is the main thing that's needed. Well, good high-paying jobs. Those jobs should start off at about $35 an hour, and they should be a lifetime.
I got a question for you, Terrance. Is that you in the back? Something in the background of you, or is that me?
Probably something in the background of me. I don't have the filter. I'll try to lean in a little more.
Just trying to make it in. Is Compton a felony-friendly hiring city?
Currently, it's a gray area. We have some people who are. That's a personal matter. Couldn't get into personnel things with the city, but yeah, to my knowledge, there are people who work for the city who has a felony on the record. But now, with the jobs program, one of the reasons why I came up with that is to prevent the people from saying that you can't be hired because you have a felony. A lot of times felonies come with preclusions, which won't allow you to work around certain people or be inside certain buildings and the things that go with that. Well, these jobs are outside.
Right.
And so there's no endangering aspect to the public. So we don't have those issues.
I would think that street maintenance, code enforcement, some things, those should be jobs that should be able to, if you sold a little dope back in the day and got caught up, you should be able to get that job. I know Caltrans is, my family's big in Caltrans, and Caltrans, I had a personal friend that got caught a case, went to jail, went to jail, came back and got his job at Caltrans. So that kind of understanding or leniency, I think that would give a lot of residents in Compton, because we got a lot of brothers that've been through the system, but because they've been through the system, they can't even service work in the city that they love and grew up in. I think that's kind of unfair.
Well, one of the promises is that once you fulfill your debt to society, that you should be able to have gainful employment. So for us to not be a city, since Compton is a sanctuary city, we can allow people to come here to seek sanctuary. Then if by any means there are things that prevent people from having gainful employment in the city that they live in, especially for the government, which is this Compton, we should figure out a way to deal with that. Nobody should, you shouldn't have to pay a debt for the rest of your life.
Right. I totally agree. I don't see what mistakes you may have made in as a youngster could affect you from pouring some asphalt or cutting some trees down. That should have an effect on your ability to help beautify the city. If you're a bank robber, you might not be able to work in the treasurer's office, but I understand that. Okay. We're not gonna push that envelope, but I'm just saying, if you had some issues back in the day, got caught with some things, whatever the case may be, and you want to work on the pothole crew or the tree trimming crew or the street lamp crew, that should be okay. That's something I think that needs to be addressed. I've asked the city manager; he wasn't sure. I've asked different city council people. Nobody seems to really know that answer. I've asked that.
That's why I said it's a gray area. I haven't seen anything in writing. I used to be an employee of the city. I was an employee of the city when I was 15 years old, and I became an employee of the city back in 2015 with the gang intervention program. So I'm fully aware of the hiring process with the city, the loopholes you got to go through. But there's different laws that have came out that preclude employers from asking if you're a felon and different things. So there's legal aspects to everything that we do, and that's why it's important that we get involved in the political process to vote, because 3 strikes came with a vote. So some of our family members are in prison for the rest of their life for a small crime because 3 strikes was voted in. So when you allow people to vote for you, you don't vote, then you are allowing someone else to pick what you want to have for dinner tonight.
Right. And like I say, for every vote you don't cast, the other side gets 2.
Exactly. And then you hear people say, well, I'm not going to vote. And I've been an advocate for years for voting. In my household, my family, the Cumby family, voting is very important. When you turn 18, the first thing that you will do is vote as a Cumby. And we passed that, been passing it down through my family for generations.
Why do you think people have been turned off about the idea of voting? I mean, it's free. It does have an impact. Why do you think people become so apathetic when it comes to voting?
Well, it kind of goes back to the reason why I picked the 50 job program to start with the streets. All right. It's not taught how economically viable it is to be a voter. It's not taught the political system that we have in schools the way that it should be. I can't say for everywhere else, but I know here in the urban communities it's not a high emphasis on it. So the reason why I picked the jobs program with the 50 jobs is because Joe Biden passed the Build Back Better bill. Several $1 trillion is what they're doing for the infrastructure here in America. All of our roads and bridges are down and they need repair. We are at a shortage of workers.
Okay.
And so with that, everybody thinks that politics doesn't involve them, but every time you walk out of your door, politics involve you. Even when you turn on your lights and being on this computer, it involves politics. So with that being said, my vision is to teach you and train you how to fish instead of giving you a fish.
Okay.
Because if I can teach you how to become a fisherman, then you can fish for the rest of your life. But if I give you a fish, it's only a meal that's good for one day.
Right.
So with that means that we are down approximately 200,000 workers. Me being a carpenter, I understand the fact that we are in desperate need of workers here in the United States. And a lot of those jobs you can have as a felon because you're not interacting with the public. You're right. at a job site doing construction work. So our plumbers, our electricians, the guys that do all of the power grafting, and you have heavy machinery. These jobs, heavy machinery job, would pay you $85 an hour, and some of those guys make like $250 an hour.
Right.
To sit there and move heavy equipment around at a construction site. So with that, I think education is the key to unlocking a better goal in life. So with voting, we have to make that a priority in our schools. And until we understand the power of the vote, which a lot of people understand the power of the vote, that's why we have one party who is a minority party in the country who pretty much seems to make all the rules.
Make all the rules. And they can't make them change them. As soon as they figure out what they look like they're gonna lose, we're gonna change the rules.
Yeah, we're gonna change that. No. We didn't really say that. We meant this thing. We meant that. So they keep moving the goalposts. But honestly, my goal is to I would hope to build Compton's outturn of the voters to 60%. That would be twice the national average.
Woo!
And so with twice the national average comes that we have tapped into something that no one in the entire United States has been able to do, is double the voter turnout.
Now we got 100,000 plus in Compton. We got about 10 to 15 that actually show up at the polls. Am I correct?
Yeah. I mean, we have. I mean, if you put it, we have a 1% turnout. I mean,
1%. 1% turnout. That means 1,000, dude. No, 10% is 100. Is
yeah, yeah,
10%. 10,000 would be 10%, right? No.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the last
That's
election
1,000
was
people show up.
900 some odd votes. Yeah, this is, and then people turn around and say, well, I don't get involved in politics. I don't care. Well, this is what happens when you don't care. Our city has been torn to shreds for the last 20 years. Compton was the greatest. I was just on Poinsettia this evening, and I just happened to go over there because I saved the street to talk about it, because it was a street that I haven't been on I haven't driven down the street, but I haven't actually gotten out and walked down that street in 38 years.
Okay.
And the reason being is that that's where I was gunned down at 16 years old.
Wow. On Poinsettia.
On Poinsettia, between Compton Boulevard and Myrtle. And gentlemen tried to take my life and two of my other friends. We were just on our way to the movies. And so I walked. That was the first time I get out the car and walked over there to introduce myself as a candidate who was trying to change the city. And it was a pivotal moment because my sister was looking for me. She's been helping me walk, and my daughter. And she's like, well, where are you? I said, well, I'm in Poinsettia. So when we got to Poinsettia, and my sister got out, and she said, well, what's going on? I said, well, this is where I got shot at. Nobody in my family had ever known the exact location where I was shot at 16 years old, 4 times. And I said, yeah, this is the place where God made me a miracle. And,
right.
To the individuals who played a role in me becoming a miracle, because I was shot in the head at point blank range, basically.
Wait. Back up. You said shot in the head at point blank?
Yes, sir. I was shot right here. There's a dent in my head and fragments. There's an indentation of the bullet, the point of the bullet right here.
Okay.
And then I was shot in the arm twice here with a buckshot from a shotgun. This was a .357 Magnum. And then the one that went through my back came through my lung, went over my heart, missed my spine, came through this lung, and came out and broke 3 ribs and lodged itself up underneath my skin. And this was done with high-powered weapons. So with that, they helped me become a miracle, because the doctor told me the only 2 people that have been shot the way that you were shot is you and Ronald Reagan. You're the only 2 to ever survive a gunshot like this.
Wow.
But to look at me today, you would never know.
Never know. Nah, man, I couldn't tell. God is good, man. God is good.
And what made me the miracle and made me understand that you can't tell me nothing about God, because I was there when he did a miracle, and it was me.
How did you feel when you walked down the street today, man? The other day?
It was just this evening. I actually just came from over there.
Okay.
It was different because it just seemed that when we were in the church the other day, I don't know if you remember that I had to give reference to the Lord.
Okay.
And giving reference to the Lord in the house, because I felt that the respect was needed to give reference to the person who my Savior, who saved me literally. So with that, it just was kind of different, because my daughter had no idea, my sister had no idea that that's where I was almost murdered. And so my daughter first learned of it, and my sister. So I did a live on Facebook about it.
Okay.
And it just, I had mixed emotions, but after some prayer before I even went there, it's like, well, just tell them the truth, And when I say that, I was like, I hope that you guys know that you played a pivotal role in my belief in God, and becoming a miracle. So they had their role to play as well, right?
Okay.
And with that, I'm back on the same street that I should have lost my life on at 16, running for Compton City Council.
Wow, that's crazy. Um, yeah, we got a few minutes. I got about 9 minutes. I told
Mm-hmm.
my folks if they want to talk to you personally, give us a call. Open the
Mm-hmm.
lines up, folks. 424-256-9211. 424-256-9211. You can ask Terrance a couple of questions before we wrap up this interview. I know he got campaigning to do. The phone lines are open, folks. So if you want to talk to him, ask him a question or two, feel free to do so. Now is the time.
Well, they can also call me on my personal line,
Okay,
and I
well,
can answer
give me
those
your number,
questions
man. You
any
bad.
given time. And that's
Okay.
310-955-0409 and 310-955-0409. And you can also catch
Okay.
me at electterrancecumby.com and
All
find my
right,
number
now,
and information there. But yeah, I'm a
brother.
true son of Compton, man. My family moved
Okay.
here in 1965, and I was
Where'd you go to
created.
school?
Went to Emerson Elementary, Willowbrook Junior High School, and yeah, I had to go to Banning because
Ah,
it was just way too much going on. But you go where your parents tell you to go at that point. But
yeah, you do.
when I became an adult, I came back to Compton College and
Okay.
learned a lot of civic responsibility from professors like Amin Ra and Dr. Lyles and the rest of them over there. Very, very active and really, really honed in on teaching us the quality of education that we needed and to understand that it's education that the reason why people try to keep you from education is because of the fact they don't want you to be able to obtain the knowledge and the freedom that you have in the United States of America. So with that, we just have to do a better job at really looking at the candidates, not the show and glare that they put on. Um, one of the things that I came across today which was troubling, is I had a candidate who Joel Estrada put his. They took one of my yard signs out of the yard and replaced it with his and put mine out on the street. So I knocked on the neighbor's door and I said, "Hey, well, what's going on? Are we doing something different with our support?" And she's like, "Well, what do you mean?" I said, "Well, my yard sign is out near Santa Fe, in the exact same spot where my yard sign was on your property. I have a Joe Estrada." And she says, "No, I had no idea. I didn't tell them to do that." So it's been a problem with me and my signs. People taking them. So far, 26 missing. But the candidates have stated that they have nothing to do with it. But it's just kind of crazy that my sign is gone and your sign is there. And someone came into the CNR cleaners on Santa Fe and Compton Boulevard and removed my sign and put Andre Spicer's stuff inside of the dry cleaners there. And they wanted to know who came in there and stole the sign from inside of the building. So it's disturbing to do that, but at the same time, I also had to open the question to Mr. Estrada. Hey, Mr. Estrada, are you or are you not an attorney? Because we have information when we look you up on the bar, it says no bar number found. So which one are we relying to the public? We are an attorney, or are we not? Um, just so curious, and as a citizen, I want to know.
Well, you know what? Tomorrow evening, I'm gonna interview him, and we're gonna find out for sure.
Yeah, it's important, sir. I mean, we gotta be honest. We have to serve our citizens with respect, and that's one of the things that I plan to bring to the table is respect, because you should be able to get answers from your council members and not have them sit there and with pale and stone faces as if we're not citizens when we're asking for valid questions. Because I really want to understand, how did we enter into an agreement with a private company which allows a $300 tax being assessed to our properties as homeowners? So if that doesn't get paid, then Does that give that company a right to go after us, our properties, with a lien for $300, which by the time they get done with legal fees will probably be like 10 grand? And so now we're forcing the sale of some of the seniors or most people on a fixed incomes property because you can't satisfy a lien that was put on a property from our city council. And then when they were asked, well, I voted for it, but I really didn't know what it was, but you want to keep the job? That's an unforgivable mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. We are live with Terrance Cumby right here on on the Compton Entertainment Channel. He's made he said a lot. He said a lot. If you want to talk to him, we have about 5 minutes left. The phone number is 424-256-9211. Ask him what you want, and I'm quite sure he's gonna answer it because he gave you his phone number. If you can't catch him on this show, catch him on his home line. I'm on the cell phone. Give me your number again, Doc.
310-955-0409. Again, 310-955-0409. ElectTerranceCumby.com is where you can find my website.
That's a real old school player right there. He gave you his home, give you his cell phone number. He didn't give you a Google number.
Well, I just want to touch on one more thing about the jobs. I'm focusing on that because those jobs are needed across the country. To be able to be a person who works and repairs streets is something that's needed across the world. So this is not a job where you can't move anywhere in the world. Streets and roads need to be repaired everywhere. And Compton will be this place that people who from Compton can get that experience and maybe even go further and start their own paving company. Maybe they might be able to go to the next state or the next city and start their own company and start doing street paving. I'm about empowering people because we don't have to ask people for things. And that's why I'm running, because I'm tired of asking people to do something that I know how to do. I know how to help our city improve. I know how to get our city in a better situation. And that's the reason why I decided that it's just time to get in there and do the work. Stop asking somebody else what I can do for myself and for our people. When I say our people, I'm talking about the citizens of Compton, all of them, not just the blacks, not the Hispanics, not the Chinese, not any race in particular. If you're from Compton, we're all one Compton. And I had to have a conversation at the city council because we had a person from the Latino Chamber of Commerce basically had a call to Orange. Hey, I need all us Hispanics to come out because we need Hispanic representation. And, that's dividing our city. That's just not something that you should do. We're not divided. There has never been a racial problem in the city of Compton. And anyone, I will stand toe to toe with anyone who tries to bring racial indifference to the city of Compton. You should not try to divide us as a community. We all are neighbors. We all get along. And like I said, one of my best friends is Hispanic. I was at his wedding, and I was the only person besides him and his family that spoke English. But and I was hugged and embraced as if I had been there my entire life. So this propaganda people are saying that there's a divide, you're creating that yourself.
All right. You heard it from his mouth himself, Mr. Terrance Cumby, running for 4th District Compton City Council. Terrance, before you go, give me your closing remark. You got 30 seconds, Doc.
Well, I want you to, friends don't let friends vote alone. So I need your vote. I need you to go out there to the Dollar High tomorrow, which is from 10 to 5. You can vote there. You can vote on Saturday. You can vote almost every day until election time. Compton College should be open on Saturday till election day. Friends don't let friends vote alone. And when you come out to vote, bring 5 or 10 people with you and say, check the box number 1, Terrance Cumby. It's number 1 for a reason, because I'm the best choice, the people's choice.
Terrance Cumby. Folks. You heard it from the man himself, folks. This is Lonzo checking out. Terrance, good luck to you, brother. I will see you in Compton.
I love my
city. Compton. Much love to you, folks. Thank you for watching, folks. All right, now, peace. Peace.